So one of the things that we're going to be doing on Spawn on Me in the foreseeable future is we're going to be having a segment called Who's Invited, Who's Not Invited to the Cookout. So if you're familiar with the Black Twitter saying of, yo, such and such is invited or such and such is not invited to the cookout, then you understand the format for which this segment is going to produce. One of the things we want to do is we want to put a spotlight on and showcase at least one person who's been doing something really dope this week, or someone's been doing something fire in the past week. And then also when things are not great, we're going to talk about the things that are not great and put a spotlight on those things as well. This week, we're going to talk about the dopeness that is Blessing Adeoye Jr. Big fan of this young man's work, who recently moved from the OK Beast podcast and fulfilled his life dream of going to work in the industry with the dope folks over at Kinda Funny. I am amazingly happy to know this young man. To see the drive that this cat has been amazing. It was really dope to get a wonderful surprise when Kinda Funny Day happened this past week, and to find out that Blessing was joining the team. He and I have had conversations over the past year or so when I brought him on to be on our 300th show back at PAX, and then conversations just about the industry stuff and playing video games behind the scenes. But it's been so dope to be able to see somebody like him kind of figure out and maneuver, and to at such a young age push for some of the things that he's gotten to push for, see those things grow, like growing OK Beast into a formidable monster podcast and monster bunch of shows has been fantastic. Seeing them kind of push as a group and as a collective to build something really dope, and then seeing that maneuver Blessing into a good space to be able to go and do something that he's always wanted to do, which was getting into the industry, and to be getting into the industry with amazing dopes like Kinda Funny, just really brings me a lot of joy. Like, I remember seeing him get to guest host with Xavier Woods, and seeing all that Black excellence on screen made me so damn happy, and inspired me to continue to keep pushing, and inspired me to continue to do dope things. So being able to see him now part of a crew that cares about gaming in a real way, to know how dope Greg and the rest of that crew are, and that they will take care of him and put him in good spaces and help him grow, and seeing that the fact that he is helping, and he is the reason why they are going to have their PlayStation XOXO I Love You show, and him be the impetus for that being a thing, again is huge. Having the better PlayStation podcast, wink wink, in the world than some other folks, really does make me happy. And we wanted to take a minute to give Bless some love, just to send him on his way into the stratosphere with the dope folks at Kinda Funny, and want to give him just all the love in the world for making his dreams into reality, and figuring out good ways to be able to do that work. So Bless, wherever you are right now, congratulations, fam. I love you, fam. It's dope to be able to see you grow like this. And don't forget the little people when you blow up. It means that you definitely have a space here at Spawn on Me. Whenever you want to rock with us, you're down to be able to do that. And that's mostly it for this episode of Spawn on Me podcast. A couple of quick things before we dip up out of here. I want to give a bunch of love to Joshua Rivera and to Gita Jackson this week as well, who are leaving Kotaku to go do their own things. I think Gita's going to Motherboard. I think Joshua is going back to GQ to go do some game stuff there. Two of those folks make amazing work in the world. Make sure you're repping them wherever they go. Joshua did such a fantastic job with the story he did on Kotaku about Mortal Kombat, and how workers in that space were traumatized because of having to research ways to make good fatalities. That was a really fantastic piece and spoke to something that I care about. And Gita Jackson, of course, who is also a former Chicago resident, or she's always a Chicago resident. She just never left. She just hasn't come back in a while. Who continued to grow leaps and bounds throughout her work, throughout the time she's been at Kotaku, and really put a fantastic spotlight on the No Man's Sky community during the time that she was there at Kotaku, and really made me happy about being a part of that community and loving the stuff that was there for that space. So massive love to Gita and Joshua. Bon voyage to both of you, making dope work in the world. And we're going to dip up out of here for this episode of Spawn on Me. Again, make sure you're hitting us up on all our social channels. We're growing our YouTube stuff. So these segments will then get broken out into individual videos that will go up on our YouTube channel. That's the plan from this part going forward. Make sure you're checking us out on Patreon, patreon.com/spawnonme, so you can get first access to Some More Thoughts, which is our addendum show that goes along with Spawn on Me proper, where you hear me get to talk about things we might have missed during the week and some other stuff and topics that go along with our show. And again, make sure you're following us on Instagram at Spawn on Me Podcast there, at Spawn on Me on Twitter, me at Kajakins on Twitter as well. And youtube.com/spawn on me for our YouTube content. Thank you so much for coming back. I hope you are enjoying the new stuff that we have here on Twitch. I hope that you're digging all this stuff. Please let us know, shoot us feedback as well on our webpage, where you can also sign up for our newsletter there, and tell us how we're doing and tell me how I can make the show better for you in 2020. Massive amounts of love to you all. And until then, we say peace.